did not in June, so he met Peaches around February. Met Peaches from ELF. And apparently Peaches is in the text messages. She told him it would be like $40. He asked how much it would be for oil. She said it's like 2 weeks later. So he's asking her the prices. Next message I see would have been from a few weeks prior to the date of this. So because up until this all the messages, forwarded the messages into my phone. Or excuse me, I had to continue on. Now in the next part is the day that he gets kicked out. And I will tell y'all that. Always were fixing Jeeps on YouTube. And if I saw them, I don't know exactly who they are. I can't remember the name. It's a popular show on YouTube. Anyway, so I go in there and I just sit on the edge. Legion. I said, "Can I ask you something? I just want you to be honest with me." So he starts, I can already see his eyes. He's about to get defensive. And I was like, calm. Because this is the tone I had. Calm. I said, you never went to San Diego State, did you? And he's like, I said, calm down. I said, you never went to San Diego State. I said, you never lived in California, did you? And he said, of course I lived in California. He's like, I fucking showed you the house I had in California. He said, I told you about San Diego State. I was a private citizen. My dad paid for me to be a private citizen. And I said, okay. I said, I want San Diego State. And he looked at me. His eyes were like empty. Like, he wasn't shocked. He wasn't like, oh my God. He was just more like, okay. I said, they have no record of you. I said, they have no record because you never went. You never been to California. So at this point, I'm very calm. And I'm just saying, I said, you never been to California. I said, I bet you've only lived in Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. At this point, now there's a little emotion on the eyes. And I said, I don't think that this is going to work. And he said, what, the marriage? He was like, so what you saying? You don't want to marry me anymore? And I said, I don't want to marry you anymore. She said, we need to go our separate ways. He wasn't moving fast. She was speaking. And so she was like, what's going on? And he was like, my wife don't want me no more. She claimed that I'd be lying to her. I ain't never lied to her. When I heard this, I'll say that, Jack, y'all. When I heard him say to his aunt, I ain't never lied to her before. Something in me snapped. The best analogy I can give you. Do y'all remember that movie Carrie? When she was at prom? And everyone was laughing at her. The blood had fallen down on her. And there was a moment where her eyes just were wild. And you knew something was about to happen. You just didn't know what. But y'all had pushed her too far. When he said to his aunt, I ain't never lied to her. Statement, I ain't never lied to her. Took me there. I went off. I went off. I went off so bad. First of all, every part of me was shaking. I called my mom. My mom was on speakerphone. And she's in Arkansas. My mom's a Korean woman. I was cussing on the sale. My mom finally said, put him on the phone. So I gave him the phone. And I'm standing there. And I'm looking around the room. It's the scene that I remember is the Angela Bassett scene in Waiting to Exhale. When her eyes are darting around the room. Right before she grabs everything to put it in the car. And set it on fire. Around the bed. And I was like, what is this? Because again, I didn't really know me in that room. I was busy being CIA, FBI, Homeland Security for Pastries. So I messaged somebody. And that's the part I was like, clearly he has the money. Like, give me y'all some money. He doesn't even have to do that. So I did keep my word. I never told him I was going to her. So he eventually left. I text a friend of mine. I text my landlord. I said, I have an emergency. I need to know if it is okay to get the bags because I was packing up all his shit. 35. Fucked it up. So go through it freely. Because when he packed and included, he left obviously really important things. He left all his Invicta watches. He left all his WWE Championship belts. If you know anything about WWE Championship belts, you know. I had the thought of I was going to have it burned on. He had told me that he was going to come back and get his stuff, and so I just did not. I wouldn't throw anything out unless it was like something I knew was trash. Other than that, I put everything up and kept it, in the TV room. So that's June 17th. Also, June 17th, I had already ordered his birthday cake. I had ordered the birthday cake in the week, so they could not believe it. So my grandfather then told me, he said, he didn't look like he was a football player. He was like, I ain't gonna say nothing, but he didn't look like he was a football player. Gotta love grandparents. So he ate his birthday cake. Went back home. The friend that I called came, changed all the locks, changed security codes. Effectively, he would not have been able to leave the house. So that is what happened on June 17th. So now we divorced. I didn't know anything about filing for divorce. But I refused to stay in a place of ignorance. So I went online. There's a website that you can go to where you pay like $200, $239 fee, and you fill out basic information, and you choose your state. And they will process questions.
You have any things can do?
We didn't have any kids with each other. So by the state of Georgia standards, this should be an uncontested divorce. So June 24th or 25th is when I had printed my documents, and I'm happy because at this point I'm afraid y'all. And so I told her the brother's name, and she said, "He told you that?" I said, "He was having the phone calls." And I was like, "I can only tell you." He's now in Augusta. He had left the house June 17th. Exactly what happened was unemployment paperwork. So it looked like Jimmy. If you go back to the video where I talk about the conversation, because of everything that I found after his dad retired, they moved to Augusta. And at this point, I was already convinced I was going to journey heavily that phone calls. I was like, go ahead. All right, so here's what Legion said. Legion said, my dad was a retired police officer, was a teacher. She did substitute teach at one point, but she was a retired teacher. The dad was a truck driver. And not only was the dad a truck driver, at one point, he was a correctional officer. That's funny. If you knew our dad, you would understand how funny that is to even insinuate that he was a pastor. Legion took me to, and said that his parents started that church. really truly had a moment where I said to myself, oh my God, and you were at work. I'm not making this up. That's what that woman told me. And I just was like, no ma'am, none of that is true. There is no baby. I said I had no idea he was going to Augusta. Next part. 43, covered all kinds of stuff. But just in case he was going to act a fool, I was trying to be cordial. So I spoke to him on like a Monday, and I was trying to cousin in Augusta. I was doing a search for these people's names, just like, hey, have you heard from Legion? The brother in Augusta told me, no, I haven't heard from him. I've been trying to reach him, but the phone's going straight to voicemail. I knew he was living in his car, so my brain was doing everything it could not to go on the deep end. And so